So how can the customer be the most important person ever existed in this office? I remember once I was in a showroom, and the president of the company, which was very big company, it has multiple showrooms all over the country, and the moment he appeared in the showroom, you can imagine how many people, managers, supervisors, everybody left his desks and came to this president to say hello to him and probably take selfie with him. And he didn't mind until he saw one of the salespeople left the customer in front of him and came to say hello to the CEO or the president of the company. And immediately the president told him, who was sitting with you? He told him, it's a customer. And you leave the customer because of me? He is more important. Go back to your customer. Now, this was a very, very wise, knowledgeable attitude of that particular company president, because he simply indicated in a practical way how the customer is the most important person in the office, even more important than the president of the company. So he is the most important. Now, would this president do the same if the customer was on the telephone with the salesman? Yes, it should be. You never put him on hold even for 1 minute to do something other than serving him. Just try to stand up and close your eyes for 1 minute, doing nothing, hearing nothing. And you will witness and you will see and feel how frustrating this is. So the customer cannot be put on hold and you say, it's only 1 minute. 1 minute is an age to the customer who is waiting for you to serve him. So do not undermine the importance of the customer on the telephone or in post. Now we say in post, we mean in mail. The customer sends you an email. He expects you to give him a response, an immediate response. And sometimes you'll tell me, but I'm ready to give him the response. I will just go immediately and start working on his request. But this will take about several hours and probably a few days. And you just decide to leave the customer without any kind of reply until you finish the job he asked you for. But how would the customer know that you're attending for his request? He just sent you an email and he's waiting for some sort of reply from you. Now here comes the key word, and I call it acknowledge. Acknowledge. The moment you receive the email, acknowledge you received it. So, thank you very much, Mr. X. Your request is very important to us, and I will start attending for it, and this will take a few hours or several days. Acknowledge and communicate. Let him know that you will start immediately. Some companies even develop auto-reply, giving this particular response immediately as soon as the email arrives, which is okay with me. It's not bad, as long as the customer feels how important he is when he comes to you, whether in person in the office or in the email. That also includes any kind of virtual communication. So even if you're surfing your website, if you expect some sort of online chat from an attendant, and I remember I was in online chat with someone related to a website, and I started asking him, and all of a sudden the communication has stopped. I felt very frustrated, and I called him immediately, and I started expressing how angry I am, and I started even shouting. How come you just come to me and start asking me, and then all of a sudden you disappear? And to my surprise, it was something wrong with my internet. But here you are, even though if there's something wrong with me as a customer, still I didn't like it. So you need to be very, very careful with the customer and with the client, and you need to demonstrate this sentence. It's not just saying the customer is so important. If it's not just telling the customer how important it is, no, showing the customer how important it is with or by your own actions. Okay? So this was the second phrase. Let's now move to the third, and which is the customer is not dependent on us, we are dependent on him.